What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a Star Wars tier list. Now, it's only going to be the 11 movies, and it's not going to be any of the series. Before we get on with the video, make sure you guys subscribe because I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. So, the first movie that we have on this list is Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones is definitely an A-tier movie. Now, I feel like this movie was a bit underrated, and it was a pretty good movie. The dialogue was... So at some points the dialogue wasn't like amazing, but or else it was still a solid movie, and I liked how it kind of showed Anakin's turn to the dark side, and how it kind of shows how he became evil. And Obi-Wan was great in the movie, and I really liked Jango Fett. It literally starts the origin of the clones, so it's a great movie. And then Empire Strikes Back is definitely gonna go in S tier. This movie was a classic masterpiece movie, like Darth Vader showing that himself that he's Luke's father. That was just a huge twist, probably still to this date one of the greatest cinematic twists. And of course the Battle of Hoth was great, and everything was just great about this movie. Lando was really cool, Cloud City was good, and it was just an amazing movie overall. Then we have Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. This movie, I feel like it's like out of the sequels, it's the best one. Like, it wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad either. Like, Kylo Ren was pretty cool. I mean, like, it doesn't really make sense that Rey literally beat Kylo Ren the first time that she sees him, and or else Han Solo, it felt like he kind of it felt like Han Solo just didn't learn anything at all from the original trilogy and just kind of went to Episode 4 Han Solo, and we didn't really see the character evolve at all. So then I'm actually going to be putting a row below, put an F tier because I don't really know why they don't have it here. But then The Last Jedi, huge downgrade from the first movie. They literally ruined Kylo Ren's character. He was super cool in The Force Awakens, and then after that they just ruined his character. And I really didn't like Luke Skywalker's character arc. Like, it felt like he was trying to redeem himself for something that he did, and we don't really know what he did. They did say that it's because he failed Kylo Ren, but like, he shouldn't really have done that, because I know Episode 6 Luke would never have like tried to murder Kylo Ren just for having bad dreams. He would have tried to help him and explain what's wrong, not try to murder him. So that really doesn't make sense. And then Finn and Rose's whole story was pretty mid overall. I didn't really like it. So then we have Episode 4, A New Hope. This movie was a classic masterpiece, of course. It was literally what started everything. It's like the first ever Star Wars movie, and it's such a good movie. For 1977, this movie was literally peak. And to this day, it's still one of the best movies of all time. So that's why I'm going to be putting in S tier. Then we have Episode 1. I feel like this movie was really underrated, so I'm going to be putting it in A tier. Now, Episode 1, actually, I feel like Jar Jar Binks was just maybe a bit annoying, but or else the rest of the story was actually really good. Like Anakin's whole story when he was a youngling, that was pretty cool. And the Jedi Order, kind of seeing it for the first time, that was really nice too. And of course, the final battle with Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan was literally one of the greatest choreography lightsaber duels of all time. And also, I really liked to kind of see like a young version of Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon Jinn was like honestly one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Qui-Gon Jinn, I really like him, and it's too bad that he had to die. But there's also some books that we can read about him, which I'm probably gonna read. So I'm gonna be putting it in A tier. It was a great movie overall. Then we have Return of the Jedi. This is definitely an S tier movie. Return of the Jedi is literally it's honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the perfect endings to a cinematic universe. I know it's not like the real ending because we had the sequels and all that, and we also did get some other books and stuff, but for me this is like a perfect ending to Star Wars. Like, if Disney, what they would have done instead of continue the legacy, they could have maybe like had new characters and done all that, and not use the same characters, because episode 6 literally had the perfect ending, and all the characters felt complete. Every single character had a great arc and they all felt complete. And then I feel like in episode 7, Han Solo's arc just kind of went back to episode 4, and it felt like he just didn't learn anything from the original trilogy at all. So then Rogue One is definitely an S tier movie. I loved Rogue One, and like, it was really cool to see new characters like Cassian Andor, Jyn Erso, that blind Jedi, K2SO. It was really, really cool, and I like it how it's not like the usual ending where like the rebels win. The Empire actually won in Rogue One. Like, they actually destroyed Scarif and everybody died, which I find is great, because it's not great that everybody died, but I find it's different from all the other movies where they always win all the time. So that's why I'm putting it in S tier. Maybe I'm gonna put it right over here. So then we have Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This is my favorite movie of all time. Like, the final battle was literally peak Star Wars. Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan, and it was so cool to kind of see like Anakin's turn to the dark side. The character development is literally peak, and of course, everything about this movie was just amazing. Then we have Solo. Now, Solo is a pretty underrated movie. Like, it's way too overhated, and it's actually pretty underrated. We're gonna be putting it in B tier. Now, it didn't bother me that much. Of course, there was like a few parts of dialogue that weren't that great, but or else it was overall a pretty good movie. Then The Rise of Skywalker, definitely putting this in F tier. Everything was just wrong about this movie. Like, bringing back Palpatine just doesn't make sense. He got exploded. First of all, bringing back Palpatine, he got exploded, doesn't make sense. Second of all, Hux being the spy is a little joke. Third, in episode 6, there were bits of the Death Star that were broken. In episode 9, we clearly saw chunks. Now, I do not understand, because we literally saw the entire throne room intact. Like, we saw the entire throne room intact in episode 9, if you guys remember. When they went to the moon of Endor, she was in the throne room, and it was just this huge chunk. And then, of course, Rey's character development really doesn't make sense at all. In episode 7, she literally already defeated Kylo Ren and didn't lose anything. She didn't have to go through any trouble. She didn't have to go through really anything, any challenges. It just was like one straight line, and there was no like bumps and curves. For example, Luke's journey, if we compare Luke's journey, it had a bunch of challenges to do, a bunch of things to do. For example, the training with Yoda, kind of choosing his friends, or saving his friends like Han and Leia, or kind of like staying with Yoda and training and waiting. And so you see, Luke made mistakes. Luke actually went through challenges. Rey just had one straight line, just had some bad character development in my opinion. And Finn in The Rise of Skywalker really didn't do anything. He was just screaming Rey all the time, and it was kind of annoying. And then, of course, there was just like, they just brought back Lando for 2 scenes, and I think we should have definitely seen more of Lando, and we did not see one single scene with Han, Luke, and Leia together. That's just a crime. So, that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. I pretty much did every single Star Wars movie. That's my tier list. So, before you guys go, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this. So, thank you guys all very much for watching, and bye.